Hello people of the web, and welcome back to another episode of my Vanilla High series. We're starting the episode somewhere very new. This is actually a creative test world that I just made so that I can lay out a design for my next build. Now, I'm sure it should be fairly clear from the thumbnail, but just in case you were so excited to watch, you clicked without reading the title, I'm looking to build a kelp farm, which is what I've started building over there. Oh, that's an interesting visual glitch. Now, those blocks over there are stairs that are waterlogged, which looks fine from over here, but interestingly, as we float away, I might have to change that because I can't have that going on. Initially, my plans were to build this in our ocean, but now I'm debating whether it might be better to build it overground with a big window like this so we can see everything working. And before you say it, yes, kelp farms were very, very popular when 1.13 released, and since 1.14, a lot of people have opted to use bamboo farms with zero tick mechanisms. I don't particularly care for them personally, and I thought this would be a fun project for me. This works quite simply in that the kelp grows up, and when it hits the observer's height, all of the pistons extend. Now there is a slight problem in that these blocks here where the pistons extend are no longer water source blocks, but flowing water, so we end up with kelp sitting there not going up. I was just about to explain the simplest solution, and then he walked in the way. What we will do is just move up here and do, except that needs to be 13 and glass. All I'm doing is simply putting an extra layer of water in front. Let's do that fill command again with water. And all I have to do now is sacrifice this layer, and I'll do the same on the opposite side, and then we've got plenty of source blocks of water to fill in all the spaces. Now, the whole farm will end up being wider than this, but this is just me working out the mechanics. I was hoping to just place a single observer per layer in the middle and use the middle plant as my measuring stick, and then whenever that activates it will cut all of them down, which sounds like a good way of saving observers. The only problem is if this happens to stop off at this height and never grow, all of the other ones will grow up and turn water sources up to the top, which is problematic because that will interfere with my collection system. Take a quick jump cut and build the other layers and you'll see. How long could you place redstone on sea lanterns? I didn't think you could do that. I just accidentally found out. This little thing got me curious because I thought it counted as a transparent block and you couldn't lay redstone on transparent blocks such as glass. But apparently you can. Although sea lanterns definitely aren't transparent because they block beacons. This asks more questions than it answers, but it is transparent because I can open. I'm just going to leave it, otherwise I'm going to get more confused and never get any work done. Almost finished, just updating all the water. Very easy to fill this all in. See? Although there is a lot of piston activation while it's levelling out. Gonna get a headache. Now we're pretty much finished. I just need to sort out this side so it doesn't look so hideous. Quartz blocks. Like so. Oops. Now all of the kelp should break off and float to the surface. The only problem is now it's just sitting on the surface doing nothing. So I need a collection system. And to form a collection system, I'm just going to fill in this area here. Then, if I want the water flowing towards the back. So, that should go, yep, to the limit there. Oh. Yeah, that's probably a problem because really I need the collection system to be off of there. So, this whole thing needs to go up a layer. Not too bad. Damn it, it was 2 layers I need to go up. Such an inconvenience to do. Now all I've done is build one side of it. The chest will be in the middle of the build. I should say that chest will be in the middle of the build. So there'll be what? 2, 4, 6, 7 observers and pistons this side of the chest, so it's symmetrical. But I don't need to build that in creative, that's fine. And in theory, if that goes there, the water should all flow to that hopper, and then I just need to replace this layer here with water, like so. And everything should float up to the surface, swoop along, go to the hopper. Obviously the ones over here don't get swept in, but that's because I've only built half the thing. Yeah, that looks quite promising. What I'm going to do now is just do a few of the amendments that I need to do, and then I'll ping over a copy of this world save to Hushbug and let her see if she can work out a way of designing something interesting to go on the build. Because patterns is definitely something that she's far better than I am. Just making a few alterations. Now, there's a single chest currently, which is probably all I need for now, although I can add more chests if I need to. It wouldn't take much of a redesign. And what I was thinking of doing is have every other chest have a comparator reading off with an indicator light. So if this chest ever gets more than, what, 2 stacks? I think it's 2 stacks. Yeah, the light turns on. Now I'm not going to bother doing the redstone for all the other layers. What I am going to do though is just seal it off, like so. And all I need to do is put these redstone lamps. Now it's just a matter of sending this file over to Hushbug. That made things a lot easier. I just used the clone command, which means I can now send this through to Hushbug, and she can edit one and not have to worry about messing up the redstone. I've never used cloning before. It's incredible. I really like it. Too bad we can't have this on the survival world, because building that was a lot easier. There, I made some amendments and sent over Hushbug a full copy, so she can now work her magic and make this look less of a dull white box, and hopefully a little bit more colourful and interesting. Now while she works on that, I have some jobs to do. Now the first job requires me to look at Hushbug's cove build, and so I came this way and I found that I'm missing part of my mushroom. I have no idea how. The only thing that I can think of is lightning strike. Will a lightning strike destroy part of a mushroom? Luckily for me, I think we should have a few mushroom blocks in the storage room. Yeah, that's plenty. I think it was 4 I was missing. Whee! Oh, it was 3. Even better, which means I have a spare block. I don't know what to do with it. There, junk storage. Oh yeah, I came over here to have a look at Hushbug's stuff. Now apparently she's been working over here. Let's have a look what she's been up to. Oh, okay, she started building on top of the hill as well. She's asked me to make her a water elevator to get her up here. Now what I'm going to do is explain to her what I need is the location of where she wants it to and from. So if she can build the framework, I can then put the water in for her. The other thing that she desperately needs is glowstone. As you can see, she's resorted to using sea lanterns as temporary glowstone replacements, which isn't really what she's been doing so far. In an ideal world, we'd have a witch farm, which produces glowstone. However, at the moment, mob spawns are still turned off. So what I need to do is go for a bit of a flight through the nether and grab a few stacks. She said 3 stacks should be plenty, so wish me luck. Now, flying in the nether can be treacherous at the best of times, but when things are loading in so poorly, I have to be extra careful. Ooh. I thought there was no... Oh, come on. That didn't even hurt. Try again. I love my god tier armor.
One eternity later.
Back to doing it the old-fashioned way. Swoopity swoop. That worked. And yes, I insist on putting out all the fire because, knowing my luck, if I don't, I'll break something that will fall into the flames. Or I'll step in it. Ooh, quartz. I know that's not what I came here for, but I wouldn't say no. Yes, this may look like a silly thing to do, but I want to block off this lava, which should be that simple. And as it slowly flows away, it won't be sitting right next to the glowstone that I want to mine. Oh, I didn't realise there was a lava pool underneath as well. She told me she needed 3 stacks, and if I don't lose any of this, we should be pretty much done. 3 stacks and 1. That'll do nicely. Now the quick way home would be... whee! And all we need to do is grab a chest and a sign, and we can make a delivery. Now, as I don't know which part she'll be working on, I think the most sensible thing is to place it near the nether portal, because, well, she said she wanted an elevator going up. I assume it'll probably be from here, so when she comes out the nether portal, it probably goes up that ladder or out that hole. So if I put it... Yes, I insist on doing it in the middle here. 1, 2, 3. Now, I just had a quick call with Hushbug on Skype to discuss what we're doing, and I suppose while she's designing it, I should find a space to put it. Now, I have plans for that area, and we would like it loaded regularly, so it makes sense to have it local to here, so this could be a reasonable location for it. I just need to dig down this little bit of a hill. Luckily, we already have a beacon, and just need to get some digging done. Now, if I can do a little bit of video magic, if I'm really clever, I will just position myself here and see if I can line up the shot. Hopefully, I can get the angle correct and the transition shows how busy I was last night. Towards the end, Hushbug sent me some screenshots of her design for the kelp farm, which look fantastic. She then helped me with the last 6 layers of the hill. I did the shaping of the landscape, and then while I slept last night, she replaced the stone surface with dirt, which is slowly turning into that gorgeous green grass we get here. Now, all I need to do is build the thing. That sounds simple enough. With all the digging, I managed to burn through 3 picks and nearly 3 shovels. Yes, two of them are made out of iron, but still that's a lot of digging. So, ideally, if I can get some trading done, best take my armour off. Actually, Elytra needs repairing as well. I can do some trading, and get some emeralds. Also, we've gained several double chests of stone. Oh, and while we're here, I should show you that we've now got a reasonable amount of emeralds, which means I will be making an effort to spend some on quartz blocks while I'm getting rid of stone. I have a confession to make. Before I look up, I actually started building the thing and trying to use the replay mod. Unfortunately, I can't get it to work. Each time I try and export, it crashes. And so, while the back wall hasn't been started, I have done both sides. The second one looked quite promising in the replay mod, but nope, not working. So, I'm sorry about that. No replay mod. However, at least I've made some progress on the build. What I'm going to do instead is the old-fashioned thing of placing a camera account, which means I've just borrowed Hushbug's account, and I think I need to place her in the rock face over there. So this will be me watching you move into position to watch me. If I log on to Hushbug, now I just need to find the correct angle. Should probably be down this way. Bit further. There, that should work. Now with any luck, that should be correct. Now I just need to build this silly thing. When recording time lapses, it's very tempting to play a little music over the video. But with so many professional YouTubers being caught out with copyright claims, even when they have a license to use the music, it's rather daunting. Which is why I tend to prefer a short chat. After all, how could anyone get sick of hearing my voice? But it's always a struggle to decide what to talk about. Oh, I know what I want to say. I have a Twitter account. For all my Twitterings? It would be really cool if some of you would go follow me on Twitter. I am at ZactheDragon MC. I'll try and make an effort to put the link in the description, if I remember. I think that's long enough to cover my time lapse. Now please bear in mind that those sea lanterns in that little strip there shouldn't be sea lanterns, they should be redstone lamps. But we haven't got redstone lamps at the moment, and I might not build the redstone for that yet. Main thing is to get the farm growing kelp. So suppose we best do the building of the actual machine now. Now I started with building one layer, and it went by so quickly that I managed to build all of the layers, and the water flowing that pushes all of the kelp that... Got any coming up at the moment? Oh, there's some. As soon as that reaches the surface, it will shoot over, and you should see it in action. Woo! It goes into that little chest. Now I've only hooked up the top redstone lamp because, well, I haven't actually got a silo in the back of here yet. I've just put the hoppers down to a chest at one moment, which we will see if we swoop down here. So that light will turn on once that chest starts to fill up. In the meantime, we're just filling up all the hoppers. So we have a fully functional kelp farm that just needs a bit of redstone added to it, but I'll figure out how I want to lay the chests out first. The other reason for not putting the redstone lamps in is because I have 2 spare redstone lamps and still no glowstone. The stuff I gathered earlier in the video, Hushbug's already got hold of that, so it can wait. Also, I think this is the first time I've actually used scaffolding for a practical purpose. It's quite handy, this stuff. Before I get to recording the signing off clip, I usually get most of my editing done for the video so that I can review the progress made before wrapping up the video. Now, over the course of a weekend, we've managed to landscape another chunk of the island and completely design and build a significant structure that houses a rather useful farm. Now, while a lot of the project was my doing, it wouldn't have turned out nearly as well without Hushbug's help, for which I'm incredibly grateful for. If you enjoyed the video, please consider leaving a like, subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you very much. Bye bye now.